Hello everyone, my name is Matt Burneisen with the North Carolina Cooperative Extension in McDowell County, and I'm here today to read one of my favorite books about the community garden. It's called The Jalapeno Seed. It's written by Patsy J. Robles-Goodwin and illustrated by Nick English. Before we get started, it's probably a good idea that we look at our glossary of Spanish words and talk about a few of the words that are going to come up in the story. The first word is jalapeno, which is a hot pepper. The next word is salsa, which is a hot sauce. Espero, which means waited. Jardín, which means garden. Grande, which means big. Hija, which means daughter. Perrito, which means puppy. And gatita, which means kitten. So let's go ahead and get started with our story. On a warm spring day, Farmer Paco planted a jalapeno seed in the community garden. He dreamed of the day that his jalapeno would be one of the vegetables used to make hot sauce called salsa to share with his friends and other gardeners. Every day, Farmer Paco watered the soil around the jalapeno seed and pulled up the weeds and grass around it, but nothing came up. He waited and waited and espero, but nothing came up, while the other gardeners' tomatoes, onions, and cilantro grew rapidly. Farmer Paco continued watering the soil around the jalapeno seed and pulled up more weeds and grass around it. Then one day, a jalapeno plant came up. The jalapeno plant grew and grew and grew and became very, very large and grande. When the time was right, Farmer Paco went to his jardín and tried to pull the big jalapeno from the plant. He pulled, and he pulled, and he pulled even harder. "Ay, ay, ay," cried Farmer Paco. "I cannot pull this enormous jalapeno by myself. I need help from the other gardeners." "Margarita, dear," he called to his wife, "please come help me pull this large jalapeno from the plant." "You are old and tired, Farmer Paco," Mama Margarita said. "I will help you pull the jalapeno." Farmer Paco and Mama Margarita walked to the jardín. Farmer Paco pulled at the jalapeno. Mama Margarita pulled at the jalapeno. They pulled and pulled and pulled. "Ay, ay, ay," said Mama Margarita. "We cannot pull this big jalapeno. I will call daughter Juanita. She is a good gardener. She is young and strong. She will help us pull the jalapeno from the plant." "Hija Juanita, Hija Juanita," she called to their daughter. "Here I am, here I am." "What is it?" asked Juanita. "Please come and help us pull this big jalapeno from the plant," asked Mama Margarita. "Surely I will. That will be easy, Mama Margarita," Juanita replied. Farmer Paco pulled at the jalapeno. Mama Margarita pulled at Farmer Paco. Hija Juanita pulled at Mama Margarita. They pulled and pulled and pulled. "Ay, ay, ay," said Juanita. "We cannot pull this enormous jalapeno from the plant. We will call Paquitos. He is a good dog, and he will help us." "Perrito Paquitos, Perrito Paquitos, come and help us." "Bow, wow, wow," barked Paquitos as he ran to the jardín. Farmer Paco pulled at the jalapeno. Mama Margarita pulled at Farmer Paco. Hija Juanita pulled at Mama Margarita, and Perritos Paquitos pulled at Hija Juanita. They pulled and pulled and pulled. "Bow, wow, wow," barked Paquitos. "We cannot pull this gigantic jalapeno from the plant. We will call Blancita. She is a very clever cat, and she will help us." "Gagita Blancita, Gagita Blancita, come and help us," called Perrito Paquitos. "We cannot pull this gigantic jalapeno from the plant." "Meow, meow, meow," answered Blancita. "I don't eat jalapenos, but I will help you. Meow, meow, meow." Farmer Paco pulled at the jalapeno. Mama Margarita pulled at Farmer Paco. Hija Juanita pulled at Mama Margarita. Perrito Paquitos pulled at Hija Juanita. And Gatita Blancita pulled at Perrito Paquitos. They pulled and pulled and pulled. Meow, 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 cried Blancita. We cannot pull this gigantic jalapeno from the plant. I will call the little field mouse. She will help us. The little field mouse? The others asked. Yes, Blancita meowed. Little field mouse, please come and help us. We cannot pull this big jalapeno from the plant. E, squeaked the little field mouse. I will help you pull the jalapeno. E. Farmer Paco pulled at the jalapeno. Mama Margarita pulled at Farmer Paco. Hija Juanita pulled at Mama Margarita. Perrito Paquitos pulled at Hija Juanita. Gatita Blancita pulled at Perrito Paquitos. And the little field mouse pulled at Gatita Blancita. And they pulled and pulled and pulled, and off came the biggest jalapeno ever. Now it was time for a big fiesta to celebrate. The other community gardeners brought their baskets full of onions, tomatoes, garlic, and cilantro, and lots of delicious salsa was made. The children played with a piñata, while people danced and sang together. The fiesta was so much fun, everyone was excited and looking forward to their next garden. The end. Thanks for visiting and enjoying the story with me.